My girlfriend messaged from her ex's apartment tonight. Accept it. I answered, fine. Then I gathered her belongings and placed them outside his door. Her key failed when she tried returning home the next day. I, a 28-year-old guy, still can't fathom I'm sharing this. I've been glued to my laptop for an hour, just staring. I suppose I need to vent. It was Wednesday evening, around 8 p.m. I was lounging on the sofa, engrossed in a game, when my phone vibrated. A text from my girlfriend Cassie, 26. We'd been a couple for nearly 3 years, cohabiting in my apartment for the past 18 months. The message read, "At Nate's tonight, accept it." No details, no background. Nate's her college ex, someone she insists is just a friend whenever his name surfaces in her tales. I reread it thrice. My gut urged me to bombard her with calls, demanding answers. Then something snapped. The blatant disrespect. The accept it, like I'm some pushover she can trample. Fine. I set the phone aside, switched off the game, and got to work. Cassie moved into my place. My lease, my furniture, my space. She chipped in for groceries and bills, sure, but this was always my domain, shared with her. A key detail for later. I spent 3 hours carefully packing her clothes, makeup, those succulents she obsessed over, her books, everything. I used sturdy Amazon boxes, even bubble-wrapped, delicate items. I'm not heartless, just finished. Here's the twist. I knew Nate's address. Cassie had me drop her there once for a group study months ago, a complex 20 minutes away. I loaded her stuff into my truck, 3 trips to fit it all. By midnight, I'd neatly arranged her possessions outside Nate's door, topping them with a note. "Since you're staying here anyway, Jake." I drove home, swapped the locks. I'd been planning to install smart ones anyway. Perfect timing. Went to sleep. Morning brought drama. At 7:23 a.m., loud knocking. I peeked through the peephole. Cassie, disheveled, furious. "Jake, open the door. My key's useless." I cracked it, chain on. "Morning, Cassie. Why'd you change the locks?" "Upgraded them. Only residents get keys." "I'm a resident. Let me in." "No, you were a guest. You moved out last night. Your stuff's at Nate's." Her face cycled from red to pale to red. "You can't do this. I live here." "Lived. You chose to stay at your ex's and told me to accept it." "I did." "It wasn't like that. We were just chatting. His roommate had a crisis." "Don't care. You made your choice. I made mine." "Where's my stuff?" "Safe outside Nate's door. Hurry. Might rain." She let out a piercing scream. Mrs. Chen from 4B peeked out, curious. "You're crazy. You can't toss me out. I have rights. No lease. No mail. No legal tie to this place. You were my guest. Now you're not." She tried shoving past. I shut the door. She banged for 5 more minutes, threatening cops, her dad, a lawyer. I popped on headphones and cooked breakfast. The banging stopped. I thought that was it. Nope. The audacity was unreal. Thursday morning, after failing to enter, she Ubered to Nate's, finding her stuff outside his door. Most was there, but neighbors borrowed some items. Shocker, leaving valuables in a hallway. Her plants died from the cold night. Here's the gem. Nate had his real girlfriend, Helena, over. The crisis was his roommate's, but Nate didn't mention dating Helena for 4 months. Cassie arriving with all her stuff didn't sit well. Did Cassie own her choices? Nope. Friday afternoon at work, security called, a delivery needing my signature. I went down. Cassie and her dad, Roger. Security blocked them, thanks to Derek, the guard. Roger started. "Jake, what's this about making my daughter homeless?" "I didn't. I ended things after she stayed at her ex's. She said it was innocent. She texted, 'At Nate's tonight. Accept it.' That's not explaining. It's dictating." I showed him the text. His face twitched. Still doesn't justify tossing her things. I carefully packed and delivered them where she chose to be. "Nothing tossed." Cassie chimed in. "Half my stuff's gone. My plants are dead. My laptop's missing. Should have considered that before accept it." Then her trump card. "I want my $200 rent back since you're evicting." "Me? You paid $600 for August half. It's August 28th. You got 28 days. No refunds for breaking up with disrespect. This is a legal eviction. We'll sue." "Go ahead. I'll show the judge your text, my reply, and proof you're not on the lease. Plus security footage of me calmly moving your stuff." Derek, a hero, added, "I confirm Mr. Jake handled the boxes carefully, even helped load some." Roger turned purple. Cassie cried. Then the shift. "Jake, please, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. Can we talk?" "We just did. Goodbye." Derek stopped them from following. But wait, there's more. Saturday, I woke to 23 missed calls. Not Cassie. She's blocked. From my gym buddy Antonio. Texts. "Bro, your ex is causing a scene at the gym, claiming you're abusive, crying to the manager. Security's escorting her out." Apparently, Cassie, knowing my Saturday routine, showed up at my gym. I'd switched locations, sensing trouble. She told everyone I was abusive, throwing her out. The manager, who knows me, asked her to leave. She refused. Security banned her. Then her social media saga, a post about being homeless, abandoned by someone I trusted, omitting her Nate text. I posted her text and my fine reply, nothing more. Helena, Nate's girlfriend, commented, "Is this why you showed up at my boyfriend's with your stuff?" Cassie's post vanished fast. Sunday, a text from an unknown number. "This is Nate. We need to talk about Cassie." "No, we don't. She's at your place. Your problem." "She's causing issues with Helena." Should have thought of that before Wednesday. Nothing happened, we just talked. Not my problem. Blocked him. It's been wild. I'm eating takeout, savoring the quiet. Changed my Netflix password too for good measure. No regrets. Cassie's entitlement soared higher. Monday, my landlord, Dimitri, a solid guy, called. "Jake, your ex-girlfriend claimed you illegally evicted her. Demanded a key." "What did you say?" "She's not on the lease, never was. Can't give keys to strangers." She got mad. "Thanks, Dimitri. Also, she said you're mentally unstable. Suggested a wellness check." The nerve, trying to turn my landlord against me. Tuesday, working from home, a knock. Peephole shows 2 cops. I opened up. "Mr. Jake, we're here for a wellness check. Someone's worried about your mental state." "Let me guess, Cassie." "Can't say, but yes." I invited them in, made coffee, showed the text exchange, explained everything. They were cool. "So you ended it and moved her stuff after she said she's at her ex's?" "Exactly. She was never on the lease." "You're okay? No self-harm thoughts?" "Happiest I've been. Just annoyed she's escalating." They noted it as a false report, warned she might escalate more. They weren't wrong. Wednesday evening, at the grocery store, Cassie's friend Marissa accidentally bumped into me by the cereal. "Jake, fancy meeting you here. I shop here weekly. You live across town. Heard about you and Cassie. Pretty cruel, no?" "Nope." She ended us with a 2-sentence text. "I just cleared the clutter. She's on my couch now. Nate kicked her out. She's struggling." "Okay. Don't you care? 3 years, and you discard her." "She discarded us. I just followed through." "She said you've turned cold." "She's right." Grocery shopping. Done. Bye, Marissa. Thursday, an email from a real lawyer's office. My heart sank until I read it. A cease and desist from Nate's lawyer to Cassie, demanding she stop harassing him, Helena, and spreading lies. Cassie, brilliantly, CC'd me on her reply, ranting that I orchestrated it, and Nate owed her support. The lawyer's response, also CC'd, was gold. "Miss Cassie, you're not welcome at my client's home. Your ex's delivery of your items doesn't obligate my client. Further contact means a restraining order. CCing third parties is inappropriate." I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my coffee. Friday, I thought it was calming down. Wrong. My credit monitoring app pinged. Someone tried opening a credit card with my SSN. Guess who? Cassie. I stopped laughing, called the company, froze my credit, filed a police report for identity theft. The officer? The same one from the wellness check. "Your ex again?" "Yep, this is escalating. Consider a restraining order." I provided everything. Texts, emails, harassment, identity theft. He said they'd follow up. Saturday, a knock. Peephole. "Roger, alone." I spoke through the door. "Roger, I'm not opening. What do you want?" "Jake, this is out of control. Cassie's not herself. She tried stealing my identity. That's a felony." Long pause. "She what?" "Identity theft. Police report filed." "Jesus, Jake, I didn't know." "She said you were unreasonable." "Roger, leave. Tell Cassie further contact goes through lawyers." "I'm sorry, Jake." He left, shaken. That night, texts from 3 of her friends. "You're ruining her life over a credit card. She was desperate. You made her homeless." I didn't reply, just screenshot for my lawyer. Monday, an Instagram notification. Cassie's new account. She'd been blocked. Sent one message. "You won. Happy now?" "Yes, I am. My home's calm, credit's secure. I've got a record of her antics, and I've seen her true colors. Her entitlement astounds me. She thought she could send that text, face no repercussions, and escalate to crimes when she didn't win. Play foolish games, win foolish prizes. This is the last chapter, and the ending's something else. Post-identity theft. I hired Valentina, a fierce harassment lawyer, worth every dollar. She sent cease and desist letters to Cassie, Roger, and her. Texting friends, detailed everything. False wellness check, identity theft. Warned of legal action for further contact. Friends backed off. Roger sent a formal apology via his lawyer, unaware of Cassie's actions, promising no more contact. Cassie, not so compliant. I'd missed mentioning, during this chaos, someone tried resetting my email, banking, even PlayStation passwords, linked to an unfamiliar email. Valentina documented it as harassment. A week after the letters, Antonio from the gym called. "Jake, your ex tried canceling your membership, claiming to be your wife, saying you're hospitalized." The manager demanded ID, proof of marriage. She stormed out, added to Valentina's pile. Then karma hit. Helena, Nate's girlfriend, texted, "Can we talk?" I called. Cassie hadn't stopped pursuing Nate, showing up at his work, gym, sending flowers. Helena was done, building her own restraining order case. Then the bombshell. Cassie got fired last week, missed work for lawyers, harassing people, used her work computer to hack your accounts. IT caught her. Cassie's digital marketing job demanded trust. Cyber-stalking ended her career. More. Marissa kicked Cassie out for trying to sell her designer purse, claiming it was hers. 2 days later, Valentina called. Identity theft charges are progressing. Cassie's arrested. She'd done this before in college. That ex dropped charges. I didn't. She'd also opened a credit card, racking up $3,000, shipped to Marissa's. The entitlement was unreal, thinking she could steal my identity and I'd just take it. The hearing was last week. Cassie looked rough. Unwashed hair, wrinkled clothes. She kept seeking my eyes. I watched Valentina. The prosecution presented everything. False wellness check, harassment despite cease and desist, multiple identity theft counts, attempted unauthorized access, harassing Nate and Helena. Her public defender claimed she was a scorned woman, emotionally distressed by sudden homelessness. The judge wasn't swayed. "Miss Cassie, you were asked to leave a place you had no legal right to. Instead of accepting, you escalated with harassment and crime. Identity theft is serious. Your pattern shows intent to harm. Sentence, 18 months probation, mandatory counseling, restitution for fraudulent charges, 5-year restraining order. Violation means jail. Her career's toast. Word spread in digital marketing. She's blacklisted. She moved to her parents in another state. Roger sent a $3,000 check via lawyers for the charges, wanting to make it right. I took the money, not the apology. I'm thriving. Still in my apartment, hitting the gym, rotating locations, single for now. Trust issues, a few. It started with 8 words. At Nate's tonight. Accept it. I accepted it. Red flags were always there. Entitlement, subtle disrespect, boundary pushing, victim playing. That text was her unmasked. People asked why I went so hard over one text. It wasn't one text. It was someone thinking they could treat me like a doormat with no consequences. That accept it was okay in a relationship. She told me to accept it. I did my way. Thanks for riding this crazy wave. I'm closing this book and moving forward. Stay fierce, know your value, and never let anyone treat you like a second choice. Peace out.